Okay, so let us solve this question now. Show that the relation R in the set R of real numbers. Now this R and this R, these stand for different things. This bold R stands for set of real numbers, and this R stands for the relation that we have defined here, which says A comma B such that A is less than or equal to B squared. So we have to show that it is neither reflexive nor symmetric nor transitive, right? So the answer is already given. You just have to give one example of each, showing that it is not reflexive, not symmetric, and not transitive. What I mean is, whenever we have to show it is not something, or not reflexive, not symmetric, or not transitive, we just have to give one example to prove that. See, this relation is defined in set R of real numbers. Okay, if you have to show that it is reflexive, then you will have to show that every real number is present in doublets, right? This relation is defined in set of real numbers, so I have to show that every doublet is present for every real number for it to be reflexive. But if I have to show it not reflexive, I just have to show only one example, that is that for any real numbers that you may choose, you have to show that doublet is not present, so it will not be reflexive. So I have to choose only one example. But if you take examples like this, for example, if I see 2 comma 2 and check 2 is less than equal to 2 square, then yes, it is present. 3 comma 3 will be present because it satisfies the rule by which the relation is defined. 4 comma 4 is also satisfying this relation. So how do I think of this example? You know that numbers between 0 to 1, because it is defined in set of real numbers, so I can take any number, any real number. I can take negative numbers, I can take numbers between 0 and 1, I can take numbers beyond 1, I can take decimals, right? Any rational or irrational numbers also I can choose. So between 0 to 1, if you see, I take any number, for example 1 by 3, and if I square it, it will be 1 by 9, which is lesser than 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 is greater than 1 by 3 squared, right? And for it to be in the relation, what I am trying to say is 1 by 3 comma 1 by 3 doesn't belong to the relation defined by this rule, because for it to be in the relation, the number should be lesser than or equal to its square, but the numbers between 0 and 1 do not follow this rule. Okay, hence they will not, the doublets of these numbers will not be in this relation R. You can check for 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2 also doesn't belong to R, because 1 by 2, and if you see 1 by 2 squared, which is 1 by 4, right? This is 1 by 4, and 1 by 2 is greater than 1 by 4, and it is not less than or equal to 1 by 4. It is greater than 1 by 4, hence it will not belong to this relation R. So any of these examples is sufficient to show that relation R is not reflexive. It is not reflexive, because doublet of every real number should be present in the relation R for it to be reflexive. I hope you understand this part. It is not reflexive. Now what about it being symmetric? Let us check. I am checking for it being symmetric or not. So I just have to choose one example. What I am choosing is 1 comma 2. Okay, why am I choosing it? I am choosing it by experience, or this is something that strikes to me immediately after looking at this question, because 1 by 1 comma 2 belongs to this relation R. Why do I say that? Because 1 is less than or equal to 2 squared. It is true, hence this ordered pair belongs to this relation R. But what about 2 comma 1? For 2 comma 1 to belong in this relation R, 2 should be less than or equal to 1 squared, because this is the rule by which this relation is defined, right? But it is not true, hence I can say 2 comma 1 doesn't belong to relation R, right? And this much is sufficient. 1 by 2 belongs to R, but 2 comma 1 comma 2 belongs to R, 2 comma 1 doesn't belong to R, which is sufficient for me to say that the relation R is not symmetric. Okay, I have given you this part and this part. So you can take any other example, 1 comma 3, or any other example that you can think of. Alright, so I've shown you that it is not reflexive, not symmetric. Now let me discuss the transitivity. So let me check if it is transitive or not. And the example I am choosing is 3 comma 2 belongs to this relation R. Why? Because 3 is less than equal 2 squared. It is true. So 3 comma 2 belongs to this relation. 2 comma 3 by 2 belongs to this relation or not? Let me check. 2 is less than equal 3 by 2 squared. What is 3 by 2 squared? It is 9 by 4. And what is 9 by 4? It is 2.25. So yes, it is true. Hence, I can say 2 comma 3 by 2 belongs to this relation R. Now, I have shown you that 3, 2 belongs to this relation R. 2, 3 by 2 belongs to this relation R. Now, if I can say that 3, 3 by 2 doesn't belong to this relation R, then I will be able to say that it is not transitive. So, let me check. 3, 3 by 2 squared, right, which is, I have already shown, which is 2.25. So 3 is greater than 3 by 2 squared. For it to be in the relation, for this ordered pair to be in the relation, it should follow this, that the first entry should be less than or equal to square of the second entry, which is not true for this ordered pair. So it doesn't belong to this relation R, right? So I can say that 3 by 2 and 3 by 2 belong to relation R, but 3 comma 3 by 2 doesn't belong to relation R. Hence, this relation R is not transitive, right? So I have given you examples to prove that it is not reflexive, not symmetric, not transitive. A lot of things, see, everything that I have said is very well intuitive. You can think of it in the examination itself. But in mathematics, there may be situations where it comes from your experience that you are able to do the question a little faster. So if you practice these questions a lot, like if you practice 50 such questions, right? So it will automatically strike in your mind what kind of example you have to take. Okay, so intuition is very, very important in mathematics. Experience is also very, very important. By experience, I mean the number of questions you solve, on a particular topic. So as the time permits, you should try to solve as many questions on a particular topic as you can. Check whether the relation R defined in this set, and this is how it is defined. So it is defined like this, that A comma B belongs to this relation R such that B is equal to A plus 1. Okay, so we have to show that it is reflexive. We have to check whether it is reflexive, symmetric, or transitive. So let's check for reflexivity first. Reflexive. Okay, for it to be reflexive, every element of this set in which this relation is defined should be present in doublets. What I mean is 1 should be present in this relation R, 2 should be present, 3 should be present, 4 should be present, 5 should, and if all of these doublets are present from 1 to 6, then I will say it is reflexive. If even one of these is not present, then I will say it is not reflexive. So let me check for 1 comma 1. Does it belong to the relation? For it to belong in this relation, it should satisfy this rule. What is this rule? 1 comma 1. So this second entry should be 1 more than the first. B is 1 more than A. So does it follow this? Let me check. It doesn't follow, obviously. So 1 should be equal to 1 plus 1, which is not true, right? So it doesn't belong. 1 comma 1 doesn't belong to this relation R. Hence, I can say this relation is not reflexive. It is not reflexive, right? And what about it being symmetric? So let me see. If I take 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2, it belongs in this relation R because 2 is equal to 1 plus 1, right? The second entry is first entry plus 1, so it satisfies this relation or this rule. So 1 comma 2 belongs to this relation R. But what about 2 comma 1? 2 comma 1 you will see doesn't belong to this relation R, because for 2 comma 1 2 belong in this relation R, 1 should be equal to 2 plus 1, which is not true, right? So it doesn't belong in this relation R. Hence I can say this relation is not symmetric. It is not symmetric, right? Now let me check for transitivity. See, 1 comma 2 belongs to this relation R, and 2 comma 3 belongs to this relation R. Does this imply that 1 comma 3 belongs to this relation R? Let me check for 1 comma 3. Does it belong? See how it belongs in this relation R, 2 comma 3, because this second entry is 1 more than the first. Second entry B is 1 more than the A. So 3 is 1 more than 2, 2 is 1 more than 1. So these are present in this relation R, and 1, 2, 3 belong to this set. So what about 1 comma 3? 3 should be 1 more than this, which is not true. So it doesn't belong to this relation R. Or you can say, you can replace B equal to A plus 1. So you can replace A with 1 and B with 3 and see if it is equal to this. So it is not. Hence I can say 1 comma 3 doesn't belong to this relation R. So it is not transitive. Not transitive. Okay. Show that the relation R in R, so it is defined in real numbers, and it is defined as A less than equal to B, is reflexive and transitive but not symmetric. So answers are already given. For reflexivity, let me take any real number, So let me take 787, okay? And is it less than or equal to itself? Yes. Why do I say that? Because it is, this symbol here means less than or equal to, So if it is less or equal, then this symbol will be justified. So 787 is equal to 787, hence it meets the condition for it to be in this relation. So yes, it is reflexive. Or for that matter, any real number A is less than equal itself, because it is equal to itself. So I can say A comma A belongs to this relation R for all A belonging to set of real numbers R. So any real number is equal to itself. Hence I can say this relation is reflexive. Okay. So when you prove it is reflexive, you don't have to choose only one example, right? You have to show it for any general number that falls in this set. So I have shown it that any number that is a real number will be equal to itself, right? Hence it satisfies this relation that A is less than or equal to B. Hence it is present in this relation R, making it reflexive. What about symmetric? It is not symmetric, right? We have to show that it is not symmetric. So let me see. A less than equal B. So if you say, if I take any number 1 comma 2, right, it belongs to this relation R. Why? Because 1 is less than equal to 1 is less than 2. So this is less than or equal to. I have shown you that this symbol is less than or equal to. So either the number is less than or equal to the number on the right, then this relation is satisfied, or this order relation is justified. Now 1 is less than 2, so it is okay, it will be in this relation. So what about 2 comma 1? 2 is less than equal to 1 is not true. So 2 comma 1 doesn't belong to this relation R. Hence I can say, now 1 comma 2 is present, 2 comma 1 is not present, so I can say it is not symmetric. This relation R is not symmetric. So I have shown you two things by now, that it is reflexive, it is not symmetric. Now I will discuss about its transitivity. It says that it is transitive. So let me see. Any number, if AB is present in this relation R, that will imply that A is less than or equal to B. Let me take any two numbers B comma C. These are real numbers. A, B, C belong to real numbers. So B comma C present in relation R will mean B is less than equal C. If A is less than equal B, B is less than equal C, then it is sure that A will be less than equal C, right? That means A comma C belongs to this relation R, right? If AB is present in this relation R, BC is present in this relation R, and this implies that AC is present in this relation R, this means that this relation is transitive. This relation is transitive, right? It is transitive. How did I show that it is transitive? To show that it is transitive, I have to show it by a general rule, right? What is the general rule? That if AB and presence of AB and BC in this relation should imply the presence of AC, right? This is something that we know. If AB is present, that means A is less than equal B, right? If BC is present, that means B is less than equal C. If these two order relations are true, that A is something is less than something and that is less than another thing, then this A should be less than or equal to C. This is something very basic mathematics, right? If these two are true, then we can say that A is less than equal C, and if A is less than equal C, it satisfies this relation. So A comma C will be in this relation R, right? So presence of these two implies the presence of this, hence this relation is transitive. Check whether the relation R defined by this, that A is less than or equal to B cubed, is reflexive, symmetric or transitive. We need to check whether these are reflexive, symmetric or transitive. So first of all, let us check it is reflexive or not, right? So if I take any number, any real number, 2 is less than equal to 2 cubed, so this is true. And if I take any number beyond 2 or greater than 2, it will also satisfy this relation R. So you will tend to say that it is reflexive. But if you check the numbers between 0 and 1, because this set is defined in real numbers, right? It is defined in real numbers. It is not limited to integers or natural numbers, right? So if it is defined in real numbers, you have to check for every real number. So the method to check for every real number is you check for real numbers beyond 1, check for numbers between 0 and 1 separately, check for negative numbers. If you can check these, then you may find an example, because I just have to find one exception to prove that it is not reflexive. So I am looking for numbers between 0 and 1. Let me check. 1 by 2, 1 by 2 cubed. Is 1 by 2 less than 1 by 2 cubed? No. 1 by 2 is greater than 1 by 8. So it doesn't qualify to be in this relation R. What I mean is 1 by 2 comma 1 by 2 doesn't belong to relation R, whereas 1 by 2 belongs to real numbers, right? 1 by 2 belongs to real numbers and its doublet is not present in the relation R. So I can say that it is not reflexive. Not reflexive. Right? We have discussed the reflexivity. Now let us discuss about its symmetry. Okay. Now what I am going to do is, see, I need to find one exception. For that, what I am going to do is, the symmetry is very easy. Case of symmetry is very easy. I will take 1 comma 1 comma 2. Okay. See, does it belong to relation R? Yes, because 1 is less than or equal to 2 cubed. Right? 1 is less than 8, so it satisfies. Now, what about 2 comma 1? We need to check. 2 is not less than equal 1 cubed. This is not true, right? Or you can say 2 is greater than 1 cubed. So it 2 comma 1 will not belong to this relation R. So 1 comma 2 belongs to this relation R, but 2 comma 1 doesn't belong to relation R, hence the relation is not symmetric. So this was also an easy example. We had such a question, right, just in this lecture itself, where the relation was defined like this. There also for symmetry I took these examples 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, right? Now we will work on transitivity. For transitivity, I will choose two ordered pairs which are present in this relation in such a way, for example 9, 3 I am choosing. Now I will choose 3 comma something here. Why have I done like this? Because 9, I already know 9 is greater than 2 cubed. So I will choose 2 here. Now I have chosen these two ordered pairs. These two ordered pairs belong to this relation R. Why do I say that? Because 9 is less than or equal to 3 cubed. 3 cubed is 27, so 9 is less than it, right? What about 3 comma 2? 3 is less than equal 2 cubed. So obviously 3 is less than 8, so it is present. So I can say these two ordered pairs are present in this relation R as per this definition. Now for it to be transitive, 9, or I need to prove that it is not transitive, right? So let me check 9 comma 2. It clearly doesn't belong to relation R, because 9 is greater than 2 cubed. I have chosen this in such a way that I can prove it is not transitive, right? For proving it not transitive, I just have to take one example. How did I know that I have to prove it not transitive? Again, first of all, I'll try to prove them not reflexive, not symmetric, not transitive, because that is easy for me. I just have to take one example. Okay. And another way to think about it can be that you try, if anybody starts trying it prove, let us say you see this question and you start trying to prove it to be transitive. You take one or two steps and then realize that it is not transitive. Then you choose an example and prove that it is not transitive. Alright, I hope it makes sense. So it is not transitive. Why? Because 9 comma 3 belongs to this relation R, 3 comma 2 belongs to this relation R, but 9 comma 2 doesn't belong to this relation R. Hence it is not transitive. Relation R in this set given by this is symmetric but neither reflexive nor transitive. So relation R is defined in this set. For it to be reflexive, every element of this set should be present in doublets. What I mean is 1 comma 1 should be there in this relation, 2 comma 2 should be there, 3 comma 3 should be there. These three doublets should be there in this relation for it to be reflexive. But as you can see, none of these is present here. Even if one of these was not present, we could have said that it is not reflexive. So let me choose only one. So I'll say 1 comma 1 doesn't belong to this relation R, hence it is not reflexive. Or you can say that these do not belong to relation R, hence it is not reflexive. For saying it not reflexive, even one exception is enough. And what about symmetric? Symmetric. See, 1 comma 2 is present and 2 comma 1 is present, right? So it is symmetric. 1 comma 2 belongs to this relation R and 2 comma 1 also belongs to R, hence I can say it is symmetric. See, to prove that it is symmetric, it is a conditional property that if A comma B is present, then B comma A should be present. Now 1 comma 2 is present and 2 comma 1 is also present, so it is symmetric, right? And what about transitivity? Let us see. 1 comma 2 belongs to this relation R and 2 comma 1 belongs to this relation R, but 1 comma 1 doesn't belong to this relation R. See, when A comma B is present, B comma C is present, then A comma C should also be present. But 1 2 is present, 2 1 is present, 1 1 is not present. So I can say that this relation is not transitive. It is not transitive. Show that the relation R in set A of all the books in a library of a college. Okay, so relation R is defined in set A, which is a set of all the books in a library. X and Y have the same number of pages. Okay, and it is an equivalence relation. So for it to be an equivalence relation, it should be reflexive, symmetric as well as transitive. First of all, check for reflexivity. For it to be reflexive, if X and Y have same number of pages, can I say X and X belongs to this relation R? For all X belonging to this set A? Yes, I can say, because every book will have same number of pages as itself. X and X will have same number of pages, hence I can say X comma X belongs to this relation R for every X belonging to this set A in which this relation is defined. So it is reflexive. It is reflexive. What about symmetric? If X comma Y is present, let me take ABC. If A comma B is present in this relation R, and this will mean that A and B have same number of pages. Have same number of pages, right? If A comma B is present, then I need to check whether B comma A is present or not. If A and B have same number of pages, can I say B and A will have same number of pages? Yes. If A and B have same number of pages, then B and A will have same number of pages. That means B comma A is also present in this relation R. Hence this is symmetric. To prove that it is symmetric, what I have chosen is I have taken two books A and B which have same number of pages, right? That is why A comma B is present in this relation R. Now if it is present, does it imply that B comma A is also present? Yes, because if A, B have same number of pages, B, A will also have same number of pages, right? I am just rephrasing the same sentence. So if B and A have same number of pages, that means B comma A is present in this relation R, hence making it symmetric. So this is reflexive, this is symmetric. Now we need to check for transitivity for it to be an equivalence relation. If A comma B is present in the relation R and B comma C is present in this relation R, if, right, then does it imply that A comma C is present in this relation R? Yes, because you need to write it like this. If A comma B belongs to R, A and B have same number of pages. If B comma C belongs to relation R, B and C will have same number of pages. A and B have same number of pages, B and C have same number of pages. This will imply that A and C have same number of pages. And if it is like this, then A comma C will belong to this relation R, hence making it transitive relation. So yes, it is reflexive, it is symmetric, it is transitive, hence it is an equivalence relation. It is an equivalence relation. Okay.